Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Harley here. So we have this article about one of our favorite socialists, Zohran Mamdani. So this is from the New York Post. Let our people go. Zohran Mamdani victory spurs Staten Island polls to renew bid to pull out of New York City. Let the rebellion begin. Leaders of the New York City forgotten borough and most conservative enclave are reintroducing a stalled legislation of Staten Island to secede from what they fear will become the People's Republic of Mamdani. The Democratic Socialists could not be further out of sync with the values of communities on Staten Island, and I'd argue that this is the time around Democrats won't want to stop the borough's secession because it would make it even less likely New York City ever elects a Republican mayor again, said State Senator Andrew Lanza, who told the Post he plans to put the foot to the pedal on the plan in January. Lanza has been pushing for his secession bill since 2008, and it's seen little traction, but the rest of the Big Apple has swung far left that this could be common ground even among Democrats to separate the four other boroughs from Staten Island, predominantly moderate and GOP voting base, he said. I think the timing is right, and it would be a great not only for Staten Island, but for the city of New York, said Lanza, referring to the plan of Richmond County independence at the same time in the United States celebrated its 250th birthday next year. State Assemblyman Sam Pirazzolo got the ball rolling Friday by hosting a Richmond road rally where he read a Staten Island Independence Declaration. The event occurred at the former site of the Rose and Crown Tavern in New York, where British soldiers on July 9th, 1776 were first read the Declaration of Independence on Staten Island. Quote, I was trying to capitalize on the election of Mamdani as mayor, Perozzo told the Post afterwards. We are not declaring war on Manhattan or the rest of New York City, but elections should have some consequences. So this is from the New York Post. So obviously these people, a lot of people are trying to run the rich is not going to want to stay there. And, the next people in line will be the middle class, and the middle class will be like deuces. So it would just leave the poor paying for all of these wish lists from Mamdani. So we do have this other article from ABC News talking about will the rich leave New York City after Mamdani takes office. New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani, a dramatic Democratic socialist who says he wants to hike taxes on the rich, set off alarms among some critics and potential exodus of the wealthy people bent on keeping their money out of the government coffers. As the warning goes, a tax increase at the top could drive away affluent New Yorkers and undercut revenue meant to fund proposals like universal childcare, free city buses, and publicly owned grocery stores. John, I can't pronounce your last name, apologies, the billionaire owner of a grocery chain, told the Free Press in June he may consider closing our supermarkets and selling the business in the event that Mamdani victory. Neil Lumenthal, the co-founder and CEO of eyewear company Warby Parker, said, quote, I will never move from New York, but there's a lot of other people that will and are leaving New York. Even the Democratic New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who ultimately endorsed Mamdani, warned in an interview in June about the possible departure of the wealthy set. I don't want to lose any more people to Palm Beach, Hochul told outlet Pix 11, underscoring her opposition to a tax increase. So, yeah, you're having some of these people saying deuces, because they don't want to be there. And in one of the other videos we did, they actually had spoke to realtors who were saying that they were getting lots and lots of calls for people that were able to sell and move because they don't want to be there and definitely don't want to have to pay for all this free stuff. Now, given Kathy Hochul did say that she wouldn't be raising taxes on the rich like the way Mamdani wants. And, you know, there are certain things that he can't do, like free buses. That's not something he could do regardless if he wants to do it or not. So that also calls that part into question. I don't know if this man really knows the depth of his job and what he's allowed and not allowed to do. But we also have this video, but I'll get to the video in a minute, but let me finish the story off. Similar tax increases in state like California have typically pushed out a small number of wealthy people, the experts said, but the vast majority stay put for reasons that hold true across income brackets. They like where they live and want to remain close to friends, family, and professional networks. Quote, there is a tax-induced mobility. It's not non-existent, but it's very small, Quentin, policy director of the EU Tax Observatory, told ABC News. Quote, in New York and other big metropolises, people want to be somewhere they can go to, like the theater. They have business opportunities. They can hire talent at it. Mamdani says he will put forward a 2% point tax increase for residents making more than $1 million, which would raise the tax rate for high earners in New York City from roughly 3.9 to 5.9%. Wow. The mayor-elect has also proposed hiking the corporate tax rate from 7.5 to 11.5%. Wow. Which would put New Yorkers in a tie with New Jersey for the highest state corporate tax rate nationwide. I could see why they would want to book it. Like, that just seems nuts. Like, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to fit the bill for people either. It's like, get off your lazy butts, man. It's like, that's insane. You work so hard to become so successful, and then you got to pay out the butt. No, thank you. Like, I'd be leaving for red states too, you know? So that's just insane. I know, like, Kathy Hochul, she doesn't want to do that because she doesn't want to scare off people. They've already scared off, like, AOC already scared off so many, like, opportunities, and she's trying to stop that from happening with Mamdani. I still don't like him. I feel like he's such a snake, and he has no experience, and he's hiring people with probably no experience. So this is going to be an ish show. Good for me because more content. But yeah, I just think this is getting out of hand. I wonder if it's going to be, like I told you guys before, like it's going to be like Escape from New York with Kurt Russell, that movie with Snake Plissken. We'll see. We'll see how it gets. This man was also talking about, like, seizing property. And it's like, come on, you can't get more fascist authoritarian than that. Like saying, like, oh, well, if they don't freeze the rent, then we're just going to take their buildings from them. And it's like, oh, my God. Like, can you legally do that? Like, what the heck? That is just insane to me. So to continue with the story, these things together raise about $9 billion, which more than pays for the economic agenda of Mamdani, told ABC Good Morning America this month. When asked whether he is concerned the taxes could drive job creators out of New York, Mamdani said, what I've heard from a number of business leaders is that the affordability crisis is also affecting their ability to attract and retain talent. The city's inability to provide childcare means that businesses often have to provide stipend for the childcare. Both tax measures would require state legislation bearing Hochul's signature. So basically, he can't do nothing about that one either. So we have this video. And I swear, like, I did the video on him last time, and it was just, like, completely insane to see him with his hand out, you know, after he just won. And knowing that he gets a budget, he just doesn't want to do it. Now, I understand that other, you know, mayor-elects have done this too, but I just feel like if you're literally saying that you're grassroots and you're for the people, asking the people for money that have no money is insane to me. Like, make it make sense, guys. Like, to me, it doesn't. But we're going to go ahead and watch this. So, 1 second.
It's been 2 weeks since we won the election. We've been pretty busy.
Rejects the Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani.
Too often, this is a time of just celebration as opposed to preparation. We want to make it both.
A lot of these things are new, but one of them is pretty old, fundraising. But why are we fundraising? Well, we have less than 50 days until we take office, and we have a lot to do. We have to vet the 50,000 resumes we've received. Thank you. We have to keep paying our incredible team. Thank you. And we have to plan not just our inauguration, but our policy implementation. Now, unlike the campaign, transitions do not get public matching funds from the city. So that 8-to-1 match, gone. It's up to us to raise the money. Usually campaigns take that as an opportunity to rely on wealthy donors, but that's not us. You've already been incredible. We've raised more than $1 million in just 2 weeks. Our average donation is around $77, and more than 12,000 of you have donated so far, which is much lower than the last administration's transition. But we're still asking for your help because we need to raise $4 million in total, so January 1st can be the day we start to deliver, not start to prepare. I hope very soon not to have to ask you for money, but until then, I'm asking for you to go to transition2025.com and give whatever you can to help build a New York that everyone can afford. This is your city, and I can't wait to get to work.
You want to start like the gold man?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you see that? So bad. I just feel like it's funny because I did like a history video that talked about, socialism and how it works and was it about social? No, I think it was about the crumbling, like the foreshortening kind of deal, where an empire could only get so big before it crumbles. So I did do a video on it, but the thing is that it talks about these socialists. They will tell you whatever they want to get into power, and basically they know they can't get these things, but they're gonna say that they could anyways because they want that vote, and they know people are desperate. And then once they get into power, as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. They become corrupt themselves. They become power hungry. They start, gathering the wealth for themselves instead of the people. So it never works out the way they say it's going to work. So this is going to be hilarious to watch. Like I said, I'm just going to be sitting there with my popcorn watching it just explode. Because again, socialism works good on paper, and in theory, but not, so far it has not worked. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment below. What's your thoughts about Mamdani, about him asking for even more money? Your thoughts on socialism, and do you think that New York even stands a chance? So let me know your thoughts in the comment below. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Till next time, guys.